So in SQL, we have like 4 or 5 basic type of joins that are quite popular. So, and I want the class to get the concept. So we have what we call the left join, we have the right join, we have the inner join, then we have the full outer join. So I want the class to look at joins from the perspective of the set. You all remember the set that was treated when we were in high school. A intersection B, B intersection C, and the likes. That's the same concept in which set works. Okay. So I will be explaining what left join means and what right join mean and their interpretation on SQL. And their interpretation in SQL. Okay, so for the left join, the literal interpretation of the left join is that, oh, we have a particular table on the left and we are giving preferential treatment to that table that we have on the left in reference of the table that we have on the right. What do I mean by this? Class, look at your screen. We have a left table and we have a right table. Anytime I'm going to use the command left join, it means that the table that I have on the left table is literally going to become my primary reference. So everything that I have on the left table will become the standard in which I'm going to benchmark the second table to. So let's look at left table, or what we call the left join now. Left joining a left table to another table. So if you look at the left join, it means that everything that I have on this left table, I'm giving it preferential treatment. So if you look at the employee ID and the name, all of them are listed out in entirety on this feed, on the employee ID and name table. So for this employee ID and name that has formed the primary or the unique identifier, I will now be looking out for the corresponding feed for it for the right table. I have a table A, which is my left table. I have a table B, which is my right table. The details that I have on the left table, since I'm using left join, will become the standard. And that's why you are seeing employee ID and the name being listed out fully here. What joins table A, or the table that you have on the left, with the table that you have on the right, is actually this common feed called name. So the corresponding feed that you want to get from the right table is the grade. So from your left table, since you are giving preferential treatment to your to the details that you have on your left, you look for professor. What's the corresponding grade for professor on your right table? Class, I want everybody to echo it. Please unmute your microphone. What's the corresponding grade to professor?
General manager.
General manager. What's the corresponding grade to Palermo?
Manager.
Yeah.
Manager. What's the corresponding feed to Berlin? The corresponding grade to Berlin?
Supervisor.
What's the corresponding grade to Rio?
Family.
What's the corresponding grade to Lisbon?
There's nothing.
Nothing.
There is no. That's why it's returning empty here. So because that details is not available in the right table, it's not going to affect whether you are going to list it out just because you are left joining it and it's part of the left table. Do you get that, class? So I think when I'm explaining the right join, maybe it will shed more light on this. So for the right join, it means that the details that you have on the right, you are giving preferential treatment to it in reference to the table or the details that you have on the left. So for this one now, the name and the grade will be fully listed out. So it's the employee ID that you want to join, that you want to pick from the left table to the right table. So since the name will be fully listed out here, class, can we all echo what the employee ID for professor is?
1001.
001.
What of Palermo?
10002.
What of Berlin?
10003.
What of Rio?
10004.
What of Moscow?
Nothing.
Do you understand now? But just because it's part of the right table, you still have to list it. Do you get that? Class, do you get that? Or I should go over it again? Why is okay? So I think everybody got it. Everybody got it. Adeshola, is your yes to go over it again or is clear? Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So that's for the left join and the right join. For the inner join takes the unique field between left table and the right table. So you can see inner join like A intersection B, the one that only pick the unique field in between these two tables. And that's why you are seeing Professor, Palermo, Berlin, and Rio being the details that is being returned here. Every other thing is taken out. Do you get? So you cannot see Lisbon because Lisbon is not available on the right table. And you cannot see Moscow here because Moscow is not available on the left table. Okay? So that's how inner join work. Full outer join takes the two data and match it together. So what you have in left table and what you have on the right table, it matches the two of them together. And that's why you are seeing Lisbon and Moscow here. Do you get this, class? Class, do you get the explanation around the left join, right join, inner join, and full outer join? Cool. Yes, makes sense.